when you said earlier that Tim Bennett, you noticed Tim Bennett's socks, and you thought they were at least $10, was that a good thing or a bad thing?
It was unusual at my house.
For a $10 pair of socks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can assure you he did not pay $10 for those socks.
You know, it's the old saying that if you're coming from out of town, you better only bring one suit.
Really?
Don't bring the change of clothes.
Really? Right. Because people are judging what you... But look, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about with the Menendez case. They were kind of dressed up in sweaters and made to look like preppy boys. They remade those boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this happens a lot. I mean, you look at the before and after pictures, the picture when somebody's busted and the picture when they show up in court. It's a very different image.
Okay. You were on the Menendez trial, right? Yeah, yeah. And you didn't get to finish saying what you wanted to say.
Well, you know, yeah, they were dressed in sweaters. I didn't know how they normally dressed. But, you know, more so than whether or not they were made to look younger or more attractive was the fact that in the first case, the prosecution didn't make its case. And in the second case, they had it down.
Yeah. Were you not affected by this, just as a voyeur bystander? I always was affected by the fact that when the police supposedly arrived, did you hear this testimony? When the police arrived, those boys had gone out onto the front lawn and they were crying hysterically about what had happened. And so after hearing that story, I never believed any of the other tears. I never believed any of the other tears because I go, they were crying hysterically when the police came. Or my parents just happened this, you know.
Don't you think you'd be kind of freaked out if you just killed somebody?
Yeah, I think my point is the reason for the tears was not because somebody came in and shot up your family. The reason for the tears is because you just did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Her boys.
Her boys. Okay, so you weren't affected by that, obviously.
Well, I'm not sure what you're... I was more affected by all the testimony that was presented by the defense about the family life of the brothers and the fact that the prosecution did not prove that they had premeditated the murders and had done it for because they wanted their inheritance or they hated their parents or they had any number of motives that they couldn't prove.
So the notion that two young men that age, I kept saying, do you want to go? Pick up your stuff and go. What is this, killing mom and dad and to get the bucks?
Yeah, but you didn't hear the 5 months of testimony.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. I would never trade places with you.
I feel like I deserve a college credit for the psychology of abuse that the psychologists and the therapists and everyone presented to us during the trial.
That they were abused. That they were abused.
And that they could have been abused.
That they could have been.
The defenses... Did
you believe they were abused?
I believe that they were abused in many ways. Whether they were abused sexually or not, only they know. The fact remains that the defense raised a huge reasonable doubt in my mind and that the prosecution thought it was a slam dunk and underestimated the defense and did not prove their case.
And as you said, the issue was first degree versus voluntary, not an acquittal.
Well, we could have voted for acquittal if technically we couldn't, but we didn't want to anyway. That's the misperception. Nobody wanted to vote for acquittal anyway.
Okay.
I mean, clearly a crime had been committed. It was a matter of degree.
Okay, okay. All right.